Greetings, I am healer Tracy Nicole. I welcome you to my channel. For this transmission, I invite you to feel the shift with me as I take another step in healing family narcissistic spiritual trauma through light work. This is a journey of the transmutation of spells bound to spells free. Hang on tight because it might be a bumpy ride. Today, I choose to allow my light to shine excruciatingly bright in order to expose what has lived in darkness and to disintegrate and burn away all of its bonds, ties, and attachments to me, my children, my grandchildren, and all those still to come as fruit of my seeds. I call upon my divine team of source love energy, angels, spirit guides, and high vibrational ancestors to protect and support me and my descendants now and forevermore as I speak, stand, and live authentically in truth. All things done in the dark eventually come to light. I have some truths I want to share, hard truths, painful truths, childhood truths, truths that run deep and wide. Their time is already up, so let's get to it. In this lifetime, I was born under the veil of illusion. Let me explain. My mother and father planned my conception so that I would be born during late spring. Many family members were aware of this plan, but what they were not privy to was my mother's deception. You see, while she participated in planning and conceiving me, and of course, giving birth to me, she never wanted me. Although this is something that I realized at 7 years old and always knew, it was not a figment of my imagination, nor was it something that I assumed based on her treatment of me. It was a spoken fact from her mouth to my ears. I was 27 years old when my mother told me that she had never wanted me. Thus, I was born into a lie. This lie was the first spell bound to me. As a result, throughout my childhood, my mother intentionally, outwardly portrayed to others that she wanted me, loved me, cared for me, etc., while internally despising and rejecting my very existence. This was the beginning of systematic narcissistic abuse, executed through psychic, spiritual, verbal, and energetic spell work. This spell bond was ground into outward physical existence when I was around the age of 4. I was ritualistically sacrificed by my mother to her new boyfriend, now husband, via the act of child sexual abuse. I was prohibited from voicing no and prohibited from escaping when my mother choked me until I passed out. I came to in the middle of the sacrifice. My mother wore a lace gown during this sacrifice. And from this particular point in my life, moving forward, she often called me and referred to me as her ace in lace and told me that we have a bond that will never be broken. These two hard, painful childhood truths began a deep and widespread run of the entity here named narcissism. Systematic narcissistic abuse was played out throughout my childhood in the form of traumatic events and experiences, which included sexual, verbal, mental, emotional, physical, spiritual, religious, energetic, and financial abuses. The systematic entity, through continual spell work and brainwashing, followed me into adulthood, showing up as stalking, experiences of partner domestic violence, military sexual trauma, harassment, humiliation tactics, attacks impacting my children and grandchildren, family and friend betrayals, spearheaded by jealousy and lies. And of course, many, many more attempts to unalive me, both physically and mentally. Many, many beings rose to certain statuses and gained riches by cashing in on checks gained through my energy, which was stolen from me. Well, time has come to pay the piper. And said piper, yes, I am the piper. I, Tracy Nicole Rouse, denounce and deauthorize every soul contract in which I willingly or unwillingly participated or agreed. I denounce and deauthorize usury of my abundance. I denounce and deauthorize any and all spell work on me, my children, my grandchildren, and all others to come from my energy and seed. I denounce and deauthorize the manipulation of our energy and DNA and the impact on my generational legacy. And so it is. And so it forever will be. And now, let me reintroduce myself. I rightfully position my family over all abundance that surely belongs to me. I remember who I am. And I am Tracy Nicole, brave, courageous, and victory for the people.